Hey guys, it's Brandon, and I'm in from PocketNow.com, and this is a tour of the home screen setup on the Samsung Captivate for AT&T. Samsung has done some really cool stuff to make Android different here, so let's get to it. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the device here, and we can unlock the screen by sliding down or to the right. I'm just going to slide sort of diagonal there. And here is the home screen number 1. Now there are a few things that you should take note of. Number 1 is that we have 4 docked icons on the bottom that you unfortunately cannot change. Phone, email, browser, and applications. Tapping on applications will bring you to the application tray. We'll talk more about that in another video. Another cool thing that Samsung has done is some work to the notification bar. So if we pull down the notification bar, we get these 4 permanent buttons along the top that let you switch on Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, silent, and vibrate mode. Very nice touch, saves you a lot of time, and also is good for power consumption, so you can leave Wi-Fi off if you know you're not going to be using it without having to dig into the settings menu. Another cool little touch of the notification tray is that the bottom of the tray doesn't actually cover up the entire screen. It sort of just hovers. Just a nice little touch, and it bounces when you get to the bottom. So pretty cool, pretty unique for this particular Android device. Now you can have up to 7 home screens, and the coolest part about this is that you can delete ones that you aren't using. You know, on HTC Sense and other stock Android devices, you can't delete home screens. You have 7 even if you use 3 of them. So what you can actually do is hit the menu button here, go to edit. We can actually add home screen. So you move to the place where you want a new home screen, say right here, and boom, there's another home screen. Let's add one over here. There's another home screen. We can also delete the home screens from here by just tapping on the little delete button. So let's go back, and now we will have 4 home screens, by the way, which you can jump to very easily with these dots along the top. So if I want to jump to the one on the left, I just quickly go like that. If I want to go to the one on the right. So really cool and easy way to navigate through your various home screens. So let's talk about the widgets that Samsung has added to these home screens so you can customize them. As it stands now, I just like to have a variety of program shortcuts here to keep the device running as fast as possible. I downloaded this little clock widget from the market, as well as the battery widget from the market, because I like to have a granular view of how much battery I have left. So I'm going to swipe to a blank home screen, and I'm going to add some widgets here. So you can tap and hold. And by the way, you may have just seen that the background's actually a little bit interactive. If you tap on the bubbles, they will glow yellow. Pretty cool. So let's look at the Samsung widgets. We have something called the Buddies Now widget, which is actually pretty cool. It acts as a carousel, and you can flip through the people that you correspond with the most often. This is kind of out of HTC Sense, I think. And what you can do is you can add new contacts or edit the ones you have here. Let's delete this off the screen. And we can go back to Samsung widgets. Here's a calendar clock, which is just a sort of funky way to see the calendar in your next appointment. You can really quickly add a next appointment by tapping on the plus button there, or you can jump into your calendar by tapping on the date. And we're back to that home screen. So let's delete this. So then we have daily briefing, which actually comes stock on the device. You don't have to actually add this. And what you do is you can see the daily weather in your city, your stock quotes, also the news, and on the bottom is your calendar. So a really cool all-in-one widget that lets you see what's going on in a given day. We can do the AccuWeather widget. By the way, there's some really good on-screen keyboard options on the Samsung Captivate. It has several, and we'll talk about that in the next video. So it's going to download the weather for Philadelphia. I could do likewise for stocks, and I could tap to get news from AP Mobile. And there it is. Pretty cool widget to have on one of your home screens. So let's go back and see the other Samsung widgets. We have Days, which is just a calendar application. We have Dual Clock, which lets you see the time in 2 different cities. Good if you're traveling. Feeds and Updates is the social networking widget. I don't like this too much because you always have to update it, or you can have it auto-update, but then that uses battery. But if you do like having Twitter on your home screen or Facebook, this is a way to do it. So here is my Twitter. I can go to Settings, change the auto refresh, turn on MySpace or Twitter or Facebook from here. And let's go back and jump back to that home screen. Okay, we're almost through the Samsung widgets. There's one more at the bottom. It's just Yahoo Finance clock. So this is kind of like the calendar clock. The calendar clock shows you next appointment within a clock, and now you can see stock quotes within a clock. So if you're tracking stocks, really cool widget to use. Let's take a look at the other ones that are here. We have the stock Android widgets. You've seen these before. These three I've added. You can put Facebook on here, instant messaging widget, picture frame, power control. I added TweeDroid. You can go to the Android market and really download a whole range of widgets, and this is pretty cool, the Weather Channel widget, if you use the Weather Channel application. So I can move this up here and drop it, and it should be updating. And there it is, shows me the weather. Very, very nice. So the home screen setups are very, very nice on the Samsung Captivate. You get a lot of choices of widgets. Of course, it's Android. You can add as many as you want. You can get more from the market. There's also some cool live wallpaper that come on the Captivate. So I'm going to go to Wallpaper and Live Wallpaper. You just saw the one Blue Sea, which is just some bubbles floating around. This one's cool, Aurora. And it's actually also interactive. You can, well, you'll see in a sec. You can actually tap. You get little stars in the background. Kind of nice. And let me go to the other ones. Dandelion, pretty cool, also interactive. A little bit more animated and potentially annoying and uses a lot of battery. But you can tap on a dandelion and have the seeds sort of fly out. Beyond that, there's one more live wallpaper that comes from Samsung. It's called Luminescence. This is the most busy one by far. Looks like you're at a disco, but you can tap on the background and it sort of moves the light around, so kind of cool. But for the sake of conserving battery, I think a good old standard plain wallpaper like this does quite well. So overall, the home screens on the Samsung Captivate are quite nice. I like how you can add up to 7, but if you don't want 7, you only want 2 or 1, you can delete home screens. Very unique to Android. I also like the icon dock down here, though I wish it was customizable. And it's pretty cool that Samsung threw in these quick way to turn off Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, and change the phone mode, because a lot of phones make you dig through a variety of settings to get to it. Samsung has put it right out here. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. Coming up soon, we're going to dig a little bit deeper into the Captivate, talk about the web browsing experience compared to other devices, and also this application tray. Thanks for watching. That's it for now.